Welcome back to our podcast, where we dive into the intriguing world of technology. Welcome. Today, we're going to explore a crucial yet often overlooked component of the internet, network address translation, or NAT for short. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty, let me pose a question. Did you know that there are only about 4.3 billion public IP addresses available on the entire planet? Now, yes, you heard that right. It sounds like a staggering number, but considering the fact that we have billions of devices connected to the internet today, phones, laptops, smart TVs, and even IoT devices like smart fridges, that number begins to dwindle quite rapidly. Yes, you heard. This is exactly where NAT comes into play. It's a process used by routers to bridge the gap between private IP addresses, which are used on local networks, and public IP addresses, which allow devices to communicate over the internet. It's a process used by routers. Think of NAT as a translator for your home or office network. It converts those private IP addresses, like the familiar 192.168.x.x format, into a singular public IP address that can be recognized by the outside world. It converts those So how does this all work? Let's break it down a bit further. When one of your devices sends a request to the internet, say, when you're trying to access your favorite website, the router takes that private IP address and replaces it with its own public IP address. This is where things get fascinating. NAT maintains a table of these mappings, so when a response comes back, like the web page you just requested, the router knows exactly which device to send that information back to. NAT maintains a table of these, and the beauty of it, this entire process happens virtually instantaneously. So as a user, you're blissfully unaware that all this is going on behind the scenes. And the beauty of it? But why is NAT such a critical component of our internet landscape? But first and foremost, the IPv4 address space is limited. First, NAT efficiently enables thousands of devices to access the internet using just one public IP address. Imagine sharing a single phone number among a household. NAT efficiently not only does NAT conserve our precious public IP addresses, but it also adds an invaluable layer of security. By hiding your internal IP addresses from external threats, NAT helps protect your network from potential attacks. Let's not forget about the additional benefits NAT provides. It allows networks to reuse private IP addresses, meaning you can have multiple devices with the same private IP in different networks, like the same room filled with guests, each with their own unique names. NAT even acts like a basic firewall by blocking unsolicited traffic, further enhancing the security of your network. However, it's important to note that NAT is not without its complications. Some applications, like voice over IP, VoIP, services, or online multiplayer games, can struggle with NAT because they often rely on direct connections to operate smoothly. Additionally, due to the translation process, you might experience a slight performance delay. Hosting servers also require extra configuration to function correctly with NAT, which can be a bit of a hassle. So, where do we commonly find NAT in action? The answer is everywhere. Your home router utilizes NAT to connect all your devices seamlessly to the internet, while offices and corporate networks depend on it to efficiently share public IP addresses among employees. Even firewalls and cloud environments employ NAT to manage access between internal systems and the outside world. To summarize, NAT is a cornerstone of modern networking. It saves valuable IP addresses, bolsters security, and ensures that the internet runs like a well-oiled machine. The next time you're browsing the web, take a moment to appreciate the invisible work that NAT does behind the scenes. Before we wrap up today, I'd love for you to reflect on this. How many devices in your home do you think are using NAT right now? Before we wrap up today, and how does that knowledge change the way you think about your own internet usage? Thank you for tuning in, and as always, stay curious and keep exploring the fascinating world of technology.